We are back. Just the Show has returned. We've signed up for a few more episodes, but we're here and we have a lot to talk about. We're at the brand new Jack Traeger Athletic Performance and Training Center. I'm sure it'll be shortened to the Traeger Center, or there's no chance you're remembering that name.
Can't come up with all that.
Could you say it right now? I just said it. Give it your
I need
best
an
shot
acronym.
right now.
Can you give me an acronym?
I want you to try it one time with the whole
Jack
name.
Traeger Athletics Performance and Training Center.
He nailed it.
I do have a doctorate.
That's really good.
That's really
really
I do have. So does George. We both have doctorates.
Jack Traeger.
That's a sign all of you could get a doctorate as well.
That is true. That's a good point.
Can you put a link down there to a couple doctorate options?
Yeah.
Maybe like
Doctoral
an online
programs,
thing
right.
at this
Now,
point.
the only reason Tom has an undergrad degree is because I was his professor. Just so you know that.
We don't even have the major anymore that I got.
don't.
They were
We
just
don't.
like,
No, we don't.
We can't
No.
churn this out anymore.
The degree was a recreation degree.
Yeah, and I did a lot of recreating.
It didn't get past the academic people.
What's that governing body that comes?
Yeah,
It's the
HLC,
Did they
Higher
shut
Learning
that down?
Commission.
Did they just make that decision? Send us an email and say, stop doing that.
The Higher Learning Commission,
Yeah.
when they learned you got a degree, they immediately
I
went into a
did
full
research.
search on
It's
what
kind of like
happened.
when somebody who's not athletic gets on all these like performance enhancement and wins some title.
Exactly.
That's what I did. Okay, good. Okay. This facility is absolutely incredible, and we can't thank the Traeger family enough for partnering with us to help put this thing together. So huge deal. Big shout out to the Traeger family and everybody who was a part of that. So thank you very much. Our athletes are going to benefit greatly. This is the best facility I've been in. I went last summer and did a visit to Michigan State, and I went to their training center for, I think it was volleyball, and it was one other sport. This thing kills it. It absolutely kills
That's
it.
great.
So,
Yeah.
insane stuff.
Beautiful orange and black.
So we can do more winning at the, now our athletes have a higher expectation, right?
Yeah.
It should be more excellent.
Absolutely. And speaking of winning, I worked for years to get us the SLIAC All Conference Award,
right,
all
yeah.
sport.
All sports.
It was
Like,
all
in other words,
sport
you
award.
win more
You win the
conference
conference,
titles.
Yes.
Baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball, track and field, whatever.
Yeah.
You've won the conference regular season, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Year after year, we'd come up about 1 or 2 points short because
to what school?
to usually Webster
Webster.
University. Yeah, and sometimes it was because George couldn't pull off a victory. But I think we've done it. We finally done it. We won the All Sports trophy, and George has it here to show. Go ahead.
Well, and you tried.
I did
And
try.
Finally,
I did
in
try.
Tom's last year, we won.
Yeah.
And so you guys said, George, can you run over to the athletic department and pick up the trophy? Take your truck, because we don't know how big this thing's going to be.
Yes.
It's a big deal. We tried
Big
forever
deal.
to get it.
It's a big deal.
And it did come
I
in the
remember
mail.
seeing what Webster
and-
got.
Exactly, yeah. And so I got it right here in my pocket. It's like a paperweight.
Yeah, Now,
I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
This is it?
That was in your pocket.
It was in my pocket.
Yeah,
So, what happened? I think we checked with the commissioner.
we did. We asked
Dick
about it.
Kaiser.
right
and
after.
We said, Dr. Kaiser, where's the trophy? We're excited about the trophy, and he said Webster lost it.
I think they lost it. I think they can't
And so
find
they had
it.
won it so many years they lost it. So I'm calling out the Webster AD right now, Scott,
Oh,
and I'm
goodness.
saying, Scott, where is this
can't release
trophy?
this.
Like this is a paperweight.
Rob, you can.
I
cut
want
that,
the
right?
real. I want the real trophy. I mean, this is like, okay, but thank you. We're not unappreciative.
Right.
We did win it.
Right.
But I mean, as far as going in a trophy case or anything, no. We just gave it to the administrative assistant, and she is going to use it as
So
a
do we
paperweight.
pass this one around
I
to the
don't know.
conference?
I
Or is
don't
that
know. It fell out of my pocket twice coming over here. So I don't know. That's the All Sports Trophy. So congratulations to Greenville. Great
this
job.
really is kind of biblical in one sense. We don't take this stuff with us, right? And so
There
this
you go.
kind of is a reminder. We don't
That's
take
right,
this
that's right.
stuff
No.
with us.
No, get rid of that.
So, yeah.
Very good.
So there it is.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the orange and black,
Okay.
and what we're trying to do there and what that's like. So
Yeah.
basically, we are starting a fundraising campaign for the athletic department. The way that I've described it is a relief financially for the coaches in each program so that they can focus on the important things: spiritual well-being, emotional well-being, mental well-being. And I always like to say, we want to be excellent in all that we do, but excellent for us is described a little bit different than maybe the world sees that. So yes, we want to win titles, awards, trophies,
Small
championships. We want to win small trophies, of course.
Get out of here.
But at the same time, we want to be excellent in the lives of our students. So George did a video a while back that I actually watch sometimes. I don't know if I ever told you this, but it's the 20-year return. And I love it. I love that theory. I love that philosophy. So talk to us a little bit about the 20-year return.
Right. So the
and how you
20-year
see that.
return. Most coaches, you can ask a coach, what's your record, and that's pretty much what they want to know. So I would say if I woke up in the morning and asked my wife Lisa to write my record on my forehead, everybody would judge me by that. And they say, oh, he's a good coach, he's got a winning record, or he's not a good coach, he's got a losing record. They have no idea the impact that you're making.
Yep.
And so that drove me a little crazy, and I started studying this guy, Frosty Westering, and he would talk about this 20-year return. So really what you're supposed to do when you're asked how your season's going, instead of saying, oh, we're 10-2 or 2-10, you say, I don't know until 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Because 20 years from now, we'll see the fruit of what we're trying to talk about and learn on the court and off the court. And so that's where you come up with the name 20-year return.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and you see that so often in our players. I actually just had a player text me and an apology from her time here and how she handled this, and this.
That's right.
And I just thought, man, I don't even remember. I don't remember what she's talking about. I thought she was great. I had a great time. But she's apologizing because she's coming to grips with some of those things as she's maturing and changing. And like for me, I'm like, you were 18 to 22-year-old. Yeah. Of course you were an idiot. We all were.
Right.
And you develop into something better with some
I
principles.
tell the guys, I don't want to see your fat self in a picture 10 or 15 years from now. I want to see your family, your kids.
Right.
And of course I'm just teasing, but they all get out of shape. But I really do want you to stand up in your teammate's wedding. I want you to be there when they get sick, whatever, and develop those relationships. And so that's, like you said, that's the 20-year return. And everybody, we all get it much later, but you're just planting seeds. You're just constantly planting those seeds, and so that's what we're trying to do. And in order, getting back to your black and orange, in order to plant the seeds, you got to have some resources to do some things. And we've been blessed, men's basketball, and I'm sure other programs as well, to have people come alongside us to support us in some of these things we do, sort of extracurricular activities. I've taken my team to many field trips and even like Broadway shows that I think are educational.
Absolutely.
So it's important.
Absolutely. I think that that 20-year return has been instilled in all of us. And for me, it did start with Jack Traeger. Yeah. And, I just watched that lineage from those athletic directors in that role and still implementing those principles in the athletic department. Jack Traeger, if I would have told Traeger I would be sitting here as the former AD and in a building that we're building with his name on it, he would say, Ackerman, you're crazy. He's in his later years. In his later years, when he would stay up in the athletic department and just walk down the hall, and if you had time, he'd come and sit in your office. He would plop down and say, Ackerman, did you read the Bible today?
Right. Yeah.
Did you read the Bible?
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah. And I'd go and read the Bible because I did that day, right? So
that's right. People, I think people don't know this much, but my coach actually was also a Greenville graduate, and I went to Asbury.
Yeah.
So he had told me that he had a little office up in Burritt Gym. This little, by the way, if you haven't been back, you've got to see Burritt Gym. It's also been remodeled, and it's a lot nicer. I used to call it the Rocky Gym because it was so crummy, and Rocky he worked out in a crummy gym, but he still was a champ, So, but it's much better now. I mean, it's really nice. But they left this little cubby hole. I mean, barely two people can fit in there. But he said, Coach Zweifel, Cecil's wife, he's Hall of Fame. said that he had a little desk in there, and John Straw had given him that desk.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow, that's really
so
cool.
we've all had a major influence of Greenville coaches in our lives. So.
Yeah.
No doubt. So consider joining the Orange and Black, partnering with us to help us make an excellent experience in all the ways for our athletes. You can also get some gear. I don't know if you guys know this. We have GU merch as well. We have GU Orange and Black is the Orange and Black, but GU merch you can get on there anytime. It's open. We just wanted to provide an online store to get some more gear.
So one thing I wanted to ask
Yeah.
is, with this Orange and Black,
Right.
I know, like, as a coach, it is really tough to go out and even feed my team.
Yeah.
So does that? I really don't. I don't really understand the whole thing, but
Yeah.
we're just trying to be able to.
Inflation
get the budget,
has
right?
killed us
Yeah.
with travel. I mean, hotels, food, transportation is through the roof.
Right.
So any of those things to help make that easier. And the school funds our programs appropriately.
Right.
It's just we want to do extra things. I
Sure,
mean, I
sure.
remember when I first started working as a coach at Greenville, Doug sat me down and said, listen, here's your budget, here's the deal. If you want to win and go to the next level,
Right.
you're going to have to fundraise.
Right,
And
absolutely.
I said,
That's
okay,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, you got to figure that out. So
Right.
that's just part of the deal and part of what every athletic
Sure.
program in the nation's doing to make a better experience for their athletes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I think too, it makes it, when you provide a better experience, your kids retain longer. So if we have them for 4 years, the investment we can make
Yeah.
in them, it's just different, you know. And a kid comes in for a year and leaves, it
So,
makes it really tough.
so many times I've had people tell me, yeah, I came back to Greenville.
Mhm.
I didn't pick you originally. I
Yeah.
should have. And, you know, it's just, you all care here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyways.
No,
that's
it makes
good.
sense. It makes sense.
Dr. Faulkner, I was wondering if you could tell us one story from your summer. Did you do anything? I literally haven't seen you for 2
Oh,
months.
I know, we haven't seen each other.
I know.
Went to Mount Rainier.
You hiked
There's
out?
like 26 glaciers on top of Mount Rainier. I did not know that. So you really
Did you
can't
hike
get to
it
the
or
top.
drive?
Well, you can't really get to the
Okay.
top unless you want to go to Mount Everest,
Right.
right? So you get with a group and you put on the clampers and to
In
get
the
to
summer,
the top.
in the summer.
In the summer.
Okay.
In the summer.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do that
Who
on my
took
best
you up
day.
there? Anybody?
Nobody took me up there. I walked up there. But had I known that was an option, I might have taken them up on that.
So like there's
Yeah.
a hiking trail to get up at least to the glacier.
Yeah, that's exactly
So
right.
who did you hike with to get up to the
I
glacier?
hiked
Just trying to
with,
confirm that you actually went.
I hiked with
You have
Bonnie and
pictures?
Deloy Cole.
Okay,
Bonnie
right,
ran Joe's
right.
Java
Cool
here
hand
for
loop,
years.
right, we got it.
Deloy ran the digital media
So you
program.
have proof. He's looking for proof. Is
He's-
that you
yeah, you
he
need
would
proof.
like to see
Go
some
and ask my
pictures.
wife.
Okay.
My wife
We
was
would believe
with
her.
us. Yeah,
Oh, she would?
everybody
Oh,
would
yeah,
believe
we
my
would
wife.
believe my Tara.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
That's
So
great.
I
That's
am
in
always the
Washington
slowest in
State.
every group,
That's okay.
but I can go longer.
Right, sure.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of my deal.
Went
Yeah.
to the top. That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, it
That's
was a
good
really good deal. Went to Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'd never been to
Oh,
Canada.
isn't that beautiful?
It is. It's a great place.
Endless.
So, and then when I was talking with you, you were out in
Yeah,
Colorado.
I kayaked. I was on the middle of Dillon Reservoir in a kayak.
By yourself?
And by myself, yeah. I know. I'm not supposed to. And my phone was broken.
Your phone's at the bottom of that lake,
Yeah,
right?
well, it is, and
Okay.
so
Okay.
it was broken.
Yeah.
And Lisa said, "Do you have your bracelet that tells you to call her or the Greenville Police Department if I'm lost?"
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So I said, "I got
So
my
she
bracelet."
makes you wear that?
I have to wear this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, but
Oh,
anyways.
yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, it has her name and her number and the Greenville Police Department.
That is
so if you
genius.
find me,
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
one of these two people.
I mean,
that should say-
50% chance.
Yeah.
He leaves the
Always.
home.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to find him unconscious somewhere.
But
That's
he'll,
a- I
but
mean,
he'll be
Lisa's a-
alive and fine. It's
Right.
not nothing.
Well, but he'll be unconscious, and to
Right.
stay alive, somebody
Right.
needs
Yeah,
to find
no,
him.
that's good.
So I had the bracelet. So,
You're
but I
fine.
was out, in Colorado. It was
Yeah.
nice. 9,000 feet. It's hard to breathe. But actually, when I got out in St. Louis, the humidity was almost as hard to breathe here as it was at
Yeah.
9,000.
Yeah.
brutal. It's brutal.
So, how about you? Where did you?
My best trip was our mission trip to the Dominican Republic with the team. It was
That's
incredible. So amazing experience. Best group that we've taken. Yeah, it was a lot
That's
of
so
fun.
great.
So,
Did you guys jump off
had a
the
great
cliff
time.
into the river?
We didn't get to jump off cliffs
No.
as much. We had our flight got canceled the first day.
Yeah.
Then they took us to Miami. We had to stay a night there. Then we flew out. So our trip got pushed back 2 days. And it was during all that time with the flight stuff with Microsoft and all those things.
Yeah.
So it was a hot mess trying
Yeah.
to get all that figured out. But we made it. We
Such
made it
a
back.
great ministry
So,
to go do that.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. Well, thank you for joining us. We will be back with a new episode in a week or so. Thanks. There it is.